Hello, I'm Lieutenant Governor Kim Reynolds, and I have the opportunity to host this edition of Ask the Gov. Governor Branstad is currently leading a trade mission to China, and so with him out of the country, it's an opportunity for me to host this week's Ask the Gov. Let's begin, and the first question comes from James, who asked, do you intend to sign the recent Iowa Education Reform Bill? James, the governor did sign the recent education reform bill, Senate File 2284. He signed the bill last Friday, May 25th. And although we feel that it was a watered-down version and not the bold reform that the governor and I had worked extensively on over the past year, it is the beginning of the process. We are committed to continuing the work on education reform. We want to make sure that teachers, we raise the elevation of the profession, that teachers have a career path, and that we make sure that our kids are graduating high school ready for career or post-secondary education. Our second question comes from Jordan through Twitter, and Jordan asks, what will you do to continue to make college affordable for Iowa's teens and young adults? The governor and I did recommend $20 million for the regions to prevent further tuition increases, and the budget the governor signed last week did appropriate $22.5 million for the regions. The president of the regions had indicated that if they would get the recommendation that they were working for, that there would not be any further tuition increases. Bottom line is Iowa student debt is too high, and we're going to continue to work with students. Part of that is making sure that when they do graduate from high school that they are college ready and they're not dealing with the remediation at the level that they currently are. So we will continue to work with making sure that the regions have the proper appropriation to ensure that we don't have any more tuition hikes, as well as looking for other means that we can help with students in entering into their post-secondary education to make sure that we can keep the cost of school down. The third and final question comes from via Facebook, and it is from Beth, and Beth asks, why are our property taxes so much more than other states? Well, this has been one of the #1 priorities of Governor Branstad and myself for the 2 years that we've been in office. We have traveled across the state extensively to all 99 counties to talk about property tax and the impact that it has on small businesses and really economic growth in the state of Iowa. Iowa is currently the 3rd highest property tax in the nation. We presented a bold bill that would reduce commercial property taxes down to 60% over 5 years. We continue to work with the legislature. In the first year, we were not able to get that passed. We worked with the local governments in the interim to identify some of their concerns. When we brought our second bill back this year, we made several changes to the bill to address what their concerns were. We went from 5 years to 8. We put a trigger in. We excluded TIFs. So many of the concerns were addressed in the legislation that went before the legislature this year. The House passed a compromise that all parties had agreed to, and we were unable to get that through the Senate. So we are going to continue to work on that. Commercial property owners, business owners, small business owners, they need predictability and stability, and so we need a permanent commercial property tax relief. It's the only type of tax that's taxed at 100%, so that will continue to be one of the priorities of the governor and myself in the next legislative session. It's important that we get this done. If we don't, residential and all classes of property are going to see an increase because of the way that, because of the formula that's used to compute the taxes. So it will continue to be a #1 priority of this administration. We will continue to work on it over the interim, and we'll be back next year, and we're going to get this done.